Oh shit! What's up? I can do it better. I could do that better. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. I'm so happy you're here. I mean that. I'm not gonna beg for money. Don't worry. I just wanted to say thank you for being here. I mean that. Thank you for clicking on the video. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for leaving a comment. And thank you so much for double checking to make sure you have that bell turned on. Because if you don't have it turned on, then I can't be turned on. It's a two-way street. I turn you on, you turn me on. That seems fair. But unfortunately, there's going to be no hee hee ha 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 hoo hoos, no jokes today. This is just me being normal. I'm totally normal. This is just me playing it straight. Not gay. I had to. No jokes. None at all. We're not going to joke about black people.
And people do that. They throw a piece of meat. Go on! Go on! And that's the wrong thing to do.
We're not going to joke about Asian people, specifically Chinese.
Hello, I need to speak to somebody who can speak a Chinese.
We're not gonna joke about gay people.
My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility.
And there's especially no jokes about frog people.
But we're gonna get used to it, alright? Let's do this. Frog is such a great person. Frog's smile is so contagious. In fact, I saw Frog make a whole audience smile. I think Frog should be very proud of Frog's self.
Here at DarthNews, we never make fun of Jewish people or retards.
As a Jewish person, I don't feel safe right now.
In fact, the only thing we can make fun of is white people. And Palestinians, apparently. But we never make fun of Jews, ever. Because if you make fun of a Jew, they're gonna sue you. That wasn't a joke. That's like I'm being fucking serious. No, this is serious. You should be paying attention.
We're starting a group called Heard a Jew, We Sue You, in which if you send us the name of a Jewish kid, it could be a Christian Zionist too, who was hurt by one of these bigots, we will sue them and we will get their dorm rooms taken away and we will take their cars and their boom boxes and we'll bank.
Jews are unsafe because of...
If we're going to be honest with each other, I don't know what I'm going to talk about when it comes to reading. I don't have any news stories picked out is what I'm saying. But that's the fun of it, right? Just being in the moment. Just scrolling through and seeing whatever feels right. Hopefully it's something that makes me laugh. I don't know, hopefully it just feels right. I literally don't know. You never know what you're going to get with this channel.
I'm not a genius. I'm not particularly inspired. And I'm not an autocrat. I'm not like ordering people around, but like there are limits and you can't cross the limits because
sometimes I could be making jokes about homosexuals or transsexuals.
I can't even believe it. And I've had so many moments this week specifically, and I don't think I tell you this enough, but I am just like so grateful for you.
And then sometimes I'm just spacing out because I smoke too much weed. There's so many layers to this channel. And it takes a minute to just really understand what's happening, because once you figure that out, you got to let me know, because I have no idea what's happening. Ever. And that's not a joke. But if I'm going to be honest with you guys, what will end up being the reason my wife wants to divorce me is because I'm down here recording a video at like 2 a.m. Unfortunately, I'm cursed. My creativity only comes to life during the witching hour. It has to be like when I make a video. It has to be on the cusp of my waking state and my dream state. Night and day. I have to totally fucking throw a screwdriver into that circadian rhythm. And then I just kind of come to life without drugs. I've been drug free for 26 minutes. So without further ado, I can hear her rolling around in her bed, and she's pregnant, 9 months. So I'm getting a divorce for sure. This is not kosher. She does not want me. Yeah, I'm getting divorced for sure.
I am looking very much for a new wife. If there anybody here or out in there, I look yellow hairs, my preference. If you have some plow experience, preference little or no history of retardation. If you come to Kazakhstan, I will give them 2 shoes and a red dress, which I will remove from corpse of my dead wife.
All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this steaming pile of shit stew. I'm your host, Darth, and this has been fun. I'll see you in the next life. Darth out. Yeah, I'm killing myself. Just kidding. Don't joke about that, Darth. Why do you joke about suicide so much? Why? Because I used to be suicidal. And that's how I cope. That's how you wouldn't understand.
I'm going to make you fucking bend over, and I'm going to reach up your ass into your pocket and get the keys to your house. And then I'm going to drive there, come in your front fucking door, and kill you in your sleep.
What's going on? Welcome to this week's episode of This Ain't the News. Too Lazy to Try edition.
I just put in all the hard work, and that's how I became really successful, which I'm sure he worked hard, but obviously a massive part of it is him becoming friends with Joe Rogan, and he got extremely lucky with that. But I think these recent meltdowns have shown he's hit his peak, and it's only downhill from here.
Then get out. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, this is what it looks like when I don't give a shit. I'm putting no effort. 0 effort. Regardless, today's video is still going to be a news-oriented video. We're going to cover multiple headlines and see what's going on in the world. We're going to see what kind of distractions there are in the world from what's really going on. Because that's all the news is, right? The news is just a bunch of distractions. So that way the important stuff just becomes white noise with the dumb shit. And we just tune it all out. No one pays attention to anything. So let's go ahead and find out what distractions are distracting people today. I'm telling you, I don't give a shit.
And I think a lot of us choose to ignore that whenever we shouldn't.
Very insightful, Sharon. Very, very insightful.
What if we did that? What if we...
And how do you get into a gang? Do you have to like apply or anything, or how do you...
Yeah, you gotta apply. I mean, you gotta get jumped on. You know what I'm saying? You gotta... That's you applying, I guess. You gotta get...
Damn, what?
Yeah, you gotta get jumped on by like multiple motherfuckers, you know?
And what do you even wear to something like that?
I really don't have the bandwidth to make this video. I should just stop. I need to stop. Wow. All right. That's going to wrap up today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me.
I am embarrassed as an American to be led by someone who appears that weak and in fact is that weak. It's disgusting. This is disgusting.
That's right. As my friends would say, it's bowl time, bowl time, bowl time. But tell your story. You know the one I like. Woo! You know, I put this video, many videos, into the ethos, into the forever sphere. It's like I put a little message in a bottle, and I throw it out. I cast it out to the sea. And I just hope that someone picks it up and and he sees it and reads it. And
No, wait a minute. No, this ain't no.
it looks like you are the ones who found the message. So this message is for you.
As it was coming in, and I watched it come right in. And what kind of plane was it? American Airlines. It came streaking down and it hit short. It didn't go into the top of the Pentagon. It came like in short, and then everything sprayed up like a fireball sprayed up on the wall. I saw it right come out of the side of my eye first, and then it went right in front of me, went right past me. You know. Like I said, the thing that shocked me the most and stays with me now is the severity of the intention. The idea of the angle that when it came in was coming like right in hard, you know, to hit the Pentagon. Now there's a lady who was behind me who said that she saw a plane. She saw a plane afterwards bow behind it. A prop plane which was right behind it, break off behind it. Whether it was with it or not, I don't know. But there was two planes. And her and I were interviewed by the FBI. Where is that lady?
There are going to be no deportations in the first 100 days of my campaign.
Let me get that right. You are going to freeze deportations?
Freeze deportations for the first 100 days. And only people will be deported are people who committed a felony while here. That's number one. Okay, I lost that.
Yeah, well, but that's good because we could talk, you and I, on that.
Okay,
but it's
but think about
without you, without all these faceless names, I wouldn't be here. I say it all the time, but it's the truth. So for the few people who are here, you mean everything to this channel. And that's no cap. I ain't fucking capping on this. You. Anyways, so the top distraction of the day is P. Diddy. That's right, that motherfucker is back in the news. This nigga don't give a fuck if you're a woman. He'll beat the fucking shit out of you. He will beat you almost to death if you say the wrong thing, and if you say no. You don't give a fuck. He'll kick your motherfucking ass. Darth, you're not black. You're right. But I'm not white either, so... Nigga.
I got a proposition for you. We could take the funk, make ourselves some tasty shakes, travel the world. In a band, we'd become famous. We'd be the family funk.
What, we can get out on dry land and get out of this place?
Yes, sir.
Well, let's do it. Let's move. Come on.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Just one condition.
What?
That you take my sweet hand in marriage.
Oh, God.
Think about it, Howard. Funky freedom for marriage. You get what you want. Old Greg gets what he wants. A strong man to hold me at night when it's raining outside.
We can get out of this cave forever.
You bet your life. Do you accept?
I do.
Great. You've made me very happy. Old Greg's gonna pick himself out a nice wedding dress.
Now, it's been a few weeks, maybe a month, since P. Diddler has been in the news. But why is he back in the news? Why are we being distracted by him once again? Well...
I hope you enjoyed your hellish day at work today. Some portion of your earnings will go to Israel so they can bomb children in Gaza. God, a country that had a surplus in 2022. Why are we paying for their weapons? Why are we paying for their weapons? They can't afford their own weapons? $9 billion for F you with your humanitarian assistance. You can take it and shove it up your ass, okay? Oh, $9 billion of humanitarian assistance to Gaza. Let's see how it's gonna get to them. Are we gonna be able to get past the settlers? Like literally setting humanitarian aid trucks on freaking fire? Are we gonna be able to get past that? Is Israel going to allow us to get humanitarian aid into the Gaza Strip?
To be honest, I don't fucking know. I don't care. This doesn't surprise me at all. But the news is, the distraction is that a video leaked. Now, I'm sure you probably have seen it by now. I'm a little bit late to the party, to the Diddy party, as they say. I was always late to the parties. Actually, I never showed up because I never shit the same again after my first party. So I don't go anymore. It's just, you know, the point is, don't smoke weed before you make a video. Look, I'm honestly, I'm not even trying today. So forgive the cringy dad level of jokes. Why is P. Diddler back in the news to distract everybody from what's really going on? Well, apparently he beat the shit out of someone and it's on camera. But because I've had a whole lot of stuff going on in my life, all I've seen are thumbnails. I have not actually watched the video. I wanted to save it for this top distraction headline. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and watch this for the first time. Where is it?
Well, now a shocking security camera video appearing to show Sean Diddy Combs brutally assaulting an ex-girlfriend.
And we want to warn you that the video is disturbing to watch. As you can see here in this video from March of 2016, Combs, in nothing but a towel, is seen shoving, kicking, and dragging Cassie Ventura inside a Los Angeles
Yeah. Damn, all right.
hotel. Fox 9's Teresa Priella joins us live in studio with more on the video and the impact that it could have on Combs, whose homes were raided in March as part of his sex trafficking probe, Teresa.
Yeah, Natasha, Cassie Ventura recently sued Diddy, alleging years of abuse and rape. The two settled out of court, but this video corroborates her claims. Its video of Ventura's lawsuit says Diddy didn't want you to see, having paid $50,000 to ensure it was never released.
And it's honestly, it's a little disturbing. It's a little disturbing. It reminds me of my ex. She used to Diddy me in public all the time, like when she tried to kill me.
Hotel cameras watched. Sean P. Diddy Combs grabs ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura from behind as she attempts to leave the Intercontinental Hotel in Los Angeles. The impact of his force sending her crashing to the ground. As Cassie lays there, Diddy appears to kick her twice before pulling her by the hair. And it didn't end there. The sequence of events described in detail in Ventura's lawsuit against the music mogul. Quote, he grabbed at her and then took glass vases in the hallway and threw them at her, causing glass to crash around them as she ran to the elevator to escape. This video comes at a time when Diddy has 5 other civil lawsuits against him and the threat of federal indictment. Without admitting guilt, Diddy settled with Cassie earlier this year for an undisclosed amount.
The fact that he didn't make an admission of liability or fault, which is normal in a civil settlement, doesn't mean that the government can't use this tape and say he was very much at fault. Not because he admitted it in his civil lawsuit with her, but because look at it, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Look at what it shows about his motive and intent and how he mistreats people.
For decades, Diddy has been the power broker, the billionaire music mogul, one of the biggest names in Hollywood and music. But his recent legal trouble and now this video threaten to dismantle all he has built. Here's Mike Paul, a crisis PR manager.
If you were my client, that would be a question I would have to ask you. How many more are we talking about? Is it another dozen? Is it another 24 women?
Yeah. Way fucking more. Way more.
Who we need to be concerned about? Going back decades? And how would that affect you, your family, your brands, and everything associated with you from not only a stakeholder perspective, but a shareholder perspective?
Like, could you imagine if I just beat my 9-month pregnant wife and it was caught on camera? If I just beat her, like Steven Crowder, who? I'm talking, if I went P. Diddy on my pregnant wife, do you think I will lose subscribers? How many do you think I will lose? These are important questions that I have to know. Okay, all right, I need to be serious because she's gonna watch this video. Oh, that's not funny. That's fucked up, Darth. Fucked up humor. That's not funny. Anyways, so I don't really know what else to say on that. It doesn't really surprise me, you know. P. Diddy is a
narcissistic, sociopathic
egomaniac. He's a psychopath and a sycophant. He's so many things, you know. So it doesn't surprise me. It also doesn't surprise me that this was highly coordinated with its release. See, I'm just wondering. How many more of these Diddy videos will they release to keep us all distracted from what's really going on? This was a highly organized and calculated maneuver to release this video when they did in order to distract. Just like the beef between Kendrick and Drake, the beef. It's all a distraction. But yeah, you shouldn't hit women ever unless it's, to defend yourself against an actual threat. Like if she's got a knife and she's coming at you, oh, knock that bitch out. Boom! Good night. But you gotta know, if you actually think about this for 2 seconds, this video is one of many. We all know. Like, the people that run shit had this video well before they released it. Anyways, don't do what don't be like P. Diddy. This is the moral of the story for today's lesson. Moving on to the next topic. Apparently, even kids have had it with inflation. That's not a joke. That's a real headline. Not sure why they've had it, because they don't have jobs, but for sure. Moving on. All right, so the Secretary of State says that promoting the dignity of the LGBTQIA plus blah, blah, blah persons is a key component of advancing our national interests. Is it though? Is that a key component of our national interests? Nay, advancing our national interests. I don't think so. I don't think so. Well, apparently the View host called traditional Latin Mass extremist, cult-like, and comparable to religions in the Middle East. Lady, every religion is kind of like a cult. That's religion. Study risk of suicide shows increased 12x after gender-affirming surgery. Did you follow that? So basically, a study showed that the chances of suicide are increased 12 times once you have went through the gender-affirming, surgery. But I'm not surprised. Are you surprised? You shouldn't be. All right. So apparently Chicago's DA doesn't want to arrest perps that are caught with illegal guns or drugs during traffic stops because it impacts too many black people.
Is not having an impact on public safety.
State's Attorney Kim Foxx tonight tells the I-Team that before she leaves office early next year, she wants traffic stop-based searches by police to be prohibited unless there is a public safety threat.
Doing these searches, again, searches that have a disproportionate impact on black and brown communities that don't net a public safety benefit, we should not do that.
Under this newly drafted state's attorney policy that has been obtained tonight by the I-Team, traffic stops for routine, minor infractions would not be allowed, and the state's attorney would decline to prosecute cases that are solely the product of a non-public safety traffic stop, even if a gun, drugs, or stolen property were found during the subsequent search. For instance, the case of Dexter Reed, if he hadn't been stopped under a policy that would prevent non-public safety kinds of stops, he would probably still be alive today, but at the same time, you'd have an individual with a gun. Where's the balancing factor in that?
I would also say we'd have a police officer who wasn't shot in the line of duty as well.
Whoa. That's spicy. That's kind of racist, though, This is pretty racist. I mean, all she's doing is exposing that black people are the problem, but I digress. All right, moving on. So New Hampshire just passed a bill to ban boys from competing in girls' sports. Based. Moving on. Apparently 4 dead, 1 million without power after massive storms slam Houston. And these weren't just any kinds of storms or ordinary storms. These were geo-engineered storms. This is cloud seeding at its finest. This was the 16th chapel of cloud seeding, weather manipulation, There's climate change, all right. From the people controlling the fucking climate. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? They're the problem. They're creating the problem. Okay? And then they give you the solution. And then it's everyone fall in line. Okay, so for our next juicy distraction, we have a woman who was at a Nordstrom rack, I believe, if I could read, but I'm not really, I can't see fucking shit. So, but apparently a lady put a peeping Tom in a headlock for 20 minutes after she caught him filming her in the locker room. I mean, the fitting room. I need to get off Pornhub. That's obviously a joke. I don't watch porn. But this lady put a peeping Tom in a headlock for a whole 20 minutes after she caught him filming her at Nordstrom Rack. The woman in the changing room at the department store in Colorado this weekend noticed that some pervert was, I can't read.
I take full responsibility for my actions in that video.
You know what? I said I was too lazy to try, but let me try that again. So this woman was in a changing room at the department store in Colorado this weekend when she noticed some pervert was in the next stall with his phone stuck under the wall recording her. You don't say. He must have been an amateur, but she quickly took matters into her own hands. Watch as a woman catches a pervert in a fitting room at Nordstrom Rack in Lakewood, Colorado, as she held the pervert in a headlock for 20 minutes until the police arrived and was arrested. Way to go, girl. That's right. This is what you should do to all fucking weirdos, all perverts. You know what's really fucked up? Most of the comments on this video are team pervert. So, yeah. But we're not reading the comments. Not today. But we'll watch the video. So here you go.
Just stop, man. Just stop. Relax.
Okay, you're not going anywhere. If you relax, it's going to be a lot easier for you. Okay, listen, we're going to keep holding on to you, okay? But if you keep resisting, it's going to get tighter.
In training.
And it's going to get harder. Okay?
I'll rip your fucking neck.
There's a lot of people that are going to stop you. So just relax. I feel you tense. Just relax, buddy.
You're the wrong person. This is why men don't belong in women's fitting rooms.
I couldn't agree more.
Now, I'm not particularly a huge fan of Florida, but Florida's Florida, you know? I mean, it's fucking Florida. It's Florida. Yeah, but apparently Florida just raised the requirements for strippers from 18 to 21. Oh, in order to tackle sex trafficking, of course. And this journalist is super upset about it. I'm not sure why, but we could find out. I have an itch. I'm itchy. So, New World Order globalist Governor Ron DeSantis signed HB 7063 into law on Monday, and this law raises the legal age for stripping from 18 to 21. Now, just because I don't like Ron DeSantis doesn't mean I don't agree with this bill. This is just one step in his ongoing fight against human trafficking in Florida, which I'm all for, so yay, Ron. But the only Ron I give a fuck about is Paul.
But I can't admit that because it makes me look like an asshole.
We here today talk about having solidarity with Israel, and others get up and try in their best way to defend the Palestinians and the Arabs. So it's sort of a contest. Should we be pro-Israel or pro-Arab or anti-Israel or anti-Arab, and how are we seen in doing this? And it's pretty important. But I think there's a third option to this that we so often forget about. Why can't we be pro-American? What is in the best interest of the United States? We haven't even heard that yet. I believe that it's in the best interest of the United States not to get into a fight. Now, I would like to have neutrality. That's been the tradition for America at least a century ago. To be friends with everybody, trade with everybody, and to be neutral, unless somebody declares war against us, but not to demand that we pick sides. Now, I have a proposal and a suggestion, which I think fits the American tradition, that we should treat both sides equally, but in a different way. Today, we treat both sides equally by giving both sides money and telling them what to do. Not $1 million here or there, not $100 million here or there, but tens of billions of dollars over decades, always trying to buy peace. And my argument is that it generally doesn't work, that there are unintended consequences. These things backfire, they come back to haunt us. So I think we should start off by defunding both sides. I'm just not for giving all this money, because every time there are civilians killed on the Israeli side or civilian killed on the Palestinian side, you can be assured that either our money was used directly or indirectly to do that killing. So we are, in a way, an accomplice on all this because we fund both sides. The policy of foreign non-intervention, where the United States is not the bully and doesn't come in and tell everybody exactly what to do and put these demands on. If we didn't do that, yes, we could have some moral authority to condemn violence, but should we not condemn violence equally? Could it be true that only innocent civilians have died on one side and not the other? I don't believe that to be true. I believe that it happens on both sides, and on both sides, they use our money to do this.
Saying loud and clearly that I am a feminist.
But anyways, someone needs to get this guy on a watch list because this is a major red flag, all right? Chris Nelson, who I think is a Christian part-time journalist and a part-time DJ, yeah, he's a DJ, has been expressing how upset he is about this new law, all right? And it seems that he's a bit too passionate about this subject. Now, I know I'm doing a lot of this, but it's because I suck a lot of fucking dick. I don't. I just. Anyways, let's watch this fucking video.
Hey, what's up, guys? Chris here, and
okay, all right.
Just came from a DeSantis presser today where he signed a law that is going to raise the stripping age in Florida from 18 to 21. So if you are a man or a woman, which at 18, our government has said you're a man or a woman when you're 18. But now, unless you are over 21, you're not going to be able to strip at a strip club. And this is a missile launched directly at strip clubs. I mean, this is definitely the first step in making them illegal. I don't go to strip clubs. And it's not some moral high ground that I'm trying to take or anything. I just don't find that to be a good use of my money and my time. I think a lot of times in those kind of places that the customers are the ones that are being exploited more than the people that are dancing. But it's just, I've been to one strip club in my entire life. I went to one in Orlando, and it wasn't a really fun experience. But I know a lot of guys like to go to these things. And, that's not, I mean, I think you have to be careful when society starts to make moral judgment calls. I mean, of course, people who have a certain religion or religious beliefs can believe how they feel. But when the government starts making moral calls on things like this, especially when you can go into crippling debt at 18, okay? And I mean, you want to talk about damage to somebody and damage to somebody's life? Just look at the debt that you can go into at 18 years old. I mean, you got people that are being put in $100,000+ of debt to go to these colleges, and that's happening to them at 18. And if that's not something that's predatory, I don't know what is. And also, you can go to war at 18. You can fight in the military. You can sign legal documents. So it's just like, where do we draw the line here? I mean, do we draw the line? When are you an adult? Or when can you make decisions for yourself? Ron DeSantis stands up for the right for you to buy a gun at 18, okay, which I agree with. But he also then signs a law that says you can't strip until you're 21. And then they're doing this whole sex trafficking. Oh, it's sex trafficking. Our studies show that most of the people get into sex trafficking are 20 years old. And okay, well, I mean, it's like that. I hear you, believe me, but is that really is punishing people who want to use that as a line of work? Is that the right move to make? And where do we draw the line? Where do we become a nanny state? I mean, because if you go to other countries, go to Europe, when you're 18, you're 18. You can do whatever you want. You're an adult at that point. And I feel like in America, we baby people. We tell you, oh, you're not old enough to do this. Oh, and then we have people living with their parents until they're in their 30s. And it's like, when are you an adult? When can you make your own move? So I just got to say, I really, after considering this and seeing all this, I don't think that this is the right thing. I hope that people sue over this, because I don't think it's right to take away that ability from somebody who's an adult, okay? Unless you're going to say, look, we're now raising as an America the age to be an adult and take responsibility for your own decisions to 21. If we're going to do that, then just do it across the board. But at this point, to be doing this thing, well, we can send you to die in war. We can put you into crippling debt. That's okay, but you can't go and strip to pay off that debt. Because, I mean, just the fact is that there are girls, whether you agree with it or not, who use that as a way to make really good money at a part in their life. And they can't do that forever. They reach an age pretty quickly that they're unable to do that kind of work anymore. So I know this is an unpopular position. I know people are like, oh, Chris, you're disgusting. You support sex trafficking. And I think I really don't like things like that, because that's why I think a lot of people are afraid to say this, especially people that are typically line up with the right on most things, because you get the onslaught on social media from people who then claim you're pro-sex
trafficking
or whatever.
Or whatever. So yeah, whatever. So the point is, this video is over. Okay, this man clearly likes him young. If we're gonna raise the I don't understand. But why are we complaining about showing your tits? Because there's a lot of people out there that really like them young. They like them young, and can you blame them? Don't you want a spring chicken over an old, fat, decrepit, dying hen who's laid 1,000 eggs? It's like, no, I want them young. But sometimes they want them too young. And I feel like this person has a bunch of CP, cheese pizza, on his computer. I could almost guarantee it. Actually, I'm willing to call the FBI, because I have these instincts, Anyways, this has been so much fun. Thank you all for tuning in to This Ain't the News. That was... Thank you all so much for tuning in to another episode of This Ain't the News. Special edition, too lazy to give a fuck and too high to try. Anyways, until we meet again, don't forget to pull out. That's POOL. And as always, make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, tell a friend, maybe support the demonetized content if you want. That's right, this shit is demonetized like a motherfucker. I make no money except from you, your donations. Charity. That's right. This is a charity channel. I just want to fucking die. Go away. I need to watch sad videos. You know, like sometimes you have to like watch other people's misery to feel better about yourself. You gotta like cry vicariously through them. You gotta go down like a rabbit hole of just really dark, sad videos, you know? You get a good cry out, and then realize your life isn't that bad.
Take off the foo-foo, take off the cloud chase, take off the Wi-Fi, take off the money phone, take off the car loan, take off the flex and the White House. Take off the weird ass jewelry, I'ma take this step, then I'm taking off top bar. Take off the faggot streams and the microwave memes, it's the real world outside. Take off your idols, take off the runway, take off the Cairo. Take off the Sanzo, pay 5 days stay, take off for the meal and the follow. Take off the fuck flag, take off perception, take off the cop with the iPad. Take off the Hollywood, take off the onshore, take off the station,
Mold action. Feeling. All the more projecting. Yes. Feeling talking to me. Wow. The other is to sell same thing and everything. That, which means got the money. And then
the argument that it's ethically correct to support Israel against the Palestinians has been wrong for a long, long time, well before October 7th. And the real reason that we support Israel is because of the lobby, not because of strategic or moral logic. And once the lobby is out in the open and you see the lobby wielding its influence in sort of very heavy-handed ways, that works to undermine the argument that Israel and the United States are close together for strategic and moral reasons, because you wouldn't need a lobby if there were strategic and moral reasons for a close relationship. The reason you need a lobby is because Israel is not a strategic asset. It's a strategic liability, and its behavior towards the Palestinians is morally reprehensible. And I want to be clear, it has been for a long period of time. This is not something that started on October 7th. So to deal with this situation, you need a lobby. But it's, again, best if that lobby is in the background. And it is not any longer in the background.
Do you like it?
I do.
No, you don't. You don't like it at all. Usually you always tell me what you think.
What is this?
You're lying.
As I think you know, Alma, I prefer my asparagus with oil and salt. And knowing this, you have prepared the asparagus with butter. Now, I can imagine in certain circumstances being able to pretend that I like it made this way. Right now, I'm just admiring my own gallantry for eating it the way you've prepared it.